Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're traveling to the sparkling shores of South Texas to explore the fascinating story of Corpus Christi, a coastal city known for its beaches, seafood, and vibrant culture. But beyond the bay views and sunny skies is a history stretching back centuries, full of explorers, ranchers, battles, and big dreams. Let's dive into the history of Corpus Christi, Texas. It all starts long before European explorers ever set foot here. For thousands of years, this Gulf Coast region was home to Karankawa and other indigenous tribes. They lived along the bays and rivers, fishing, hunting, and moving with the seasons. Then in 1519, Spanish explorer Alonso Álvarez de Pineda sailed into the bay on the feast day of Corpus Christi, Latin for Body of Christ. In honor of the day, he named the body of water Bahia de Corpus Christi, or Corpus Christi Bay. That name stuck, even though it would be another 300 years before a town grew up along these shores. For most of the Spanish colonial period, this coastline remained largely unsettled. The area was too far from the main Spanish missions and presidios in San Antonio and Goliad. But it was not entirely ignored. Spanish ships sailed these waters, and ranchers slowly pushed into the coastal plains to graze cattle. By the early 1800s, after Mexico won independence from Spain, the region became part of Coahuila y Tejas, a vast Mexican state. American settlers began filtering into Texas, including around the Gulf Coast, looking for ranch land and new opportunities. The modern city of Corpus Christi traces its start to 1839, when entrepreneur Henry Lawrence Kinney established a trading post and settlement he called Kinney's Rancho. It sat on the bluff overlooking the bay and served as an outpost for trade with Mexican ranchers and military forces across the Rio Grande. The place quickly attracted merchants, adventurers, and soldiers. By 1845, when the United States was preparing for possible war with Mexico, General Zachary Taylor camped with his troops near Kinney's settlement, using it as a staging ground for the U.S. invasion of Mexico during the Mexican-American War. After the war, Texas firmly became part of the United States, and Kinney's little settlement took on the name Corpus Christi, honoring the original name given by Pineda centuries earlier. Through the late 1800s, Corpus Christi grew as a small port and ranching hub. It shipped hides, wool, and cotton, with sloops and schooners carrying goods to New Orleans and Galveston. But the town also faced its share of struggles. Hurricanes in 1871 and 1880 caused serious damage. Still, the hardy residents rebuilt each time, and Corpus Christi slowly expanded. The arrival of the St. Louis, Brownsville and Mexico Railway in 1914 was a game changer. It connected Corpus to the rest of Texas and brought a boom in business. Hotels, new neighborhoods, and warehouses sprang up, transforming the sleepy coastal town into a bustling city. Another huge turning point came in 1926, when construction of a deepwater port began. By 1927, the port of Corpus Christi officially opened. It allowed large ocean-going ships to dock, making Corpus a vital shipping point for oil, cotton, and agricultural products. The port helped fuel massive growth. Oil and gas companies set up operations, refineries were built, and thousands of workers arrived looking for jobs. Through the 1930s and 40s, the city's skyline began to change with new office buildings and civic projects. World War II brought even more development. In 1941, the Naval Air Station Corpus Christi opened, training thousands of Navy pilots, including a young George H.W. Bush. The base became a cornerstone of the local economy and remains so today. After the war, Corpus Christi continued to thrive. The city annexed surrounding areas, expanded roads and bridges, and promoted itself as a tourist destination with its warm beaches and deep-sea fishing. Culture also flourished. In 1972, the Texas State Aquarium was envisioned. It finally opened in 1990, and the USS Lexington, an aircraft carrier turned museum, found its permanent home on Corpus Christi Bay in 1992. Corpus Christi also proudly celebrates its Tejano and Mexican-American heritage, which is woven into the fabric of local festivals, music, and food. Of course, you can't talk about Corpus Christi without mentioning Selena Quintanilla-Perez, the queen of Tejano music. Born in nearby Lake Jackson but raised in Corpus, Selena became an international superstar before her tragic death in 1995. Today, the Selena Museum, a life-size bronze statue on the bayfront, and countless murals all keep her spirit alive in the city she loved. Today, Corpus Christi is a vibrant community of about 320,000 people, making it the 8th largest city in Texas. Its economy is driven by the port, petrochemicals, the naval air station, and tourism. Visitors come for the wide sandy beaches of Padre Island, fishing along the jetties, sailing on the bay, and enjoying fresh Gulf seafood at local restaurants. But beyond the fun, Corpus Christi is also a city that remembers its past. From the old courthouse on the bluff to the harbor bridge spanning the bay, reminders of its long journey from trading post to modern city are everywhere. It's a place shaped by explorers and ranchers, by war and commerce, by hurricanes and oil booms, and by a resilient spirit that continues to rebuild and grow, no matter what blows in from the Gulf. So from a windswept coastal outpost named for a Spanish feast day, to a thriving port city that's a crossroads of cultures, Corpus Christi's story is uniquely Texan, full of grit, grace, and a salty sea breeze that keeps it moving forward. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this look at the history of Corpus Christi, give it a like, subscribe for more stories from Texas and beyond, and drop a comment telling us your favorite thing about this Gulf Coast gem, whether it's the beaches, the seafood, or the music of Selena. We'll see you in the